My penis is actually made of clay.
Giving him a hand job is kind of like that scene in Ghost, you know? Where you just kind of like work around the shaft.
Oh, yeah. And then at the end...
You're so gentle. You're so gentle.
Yeah. At the end, my partner gets a nice clay mask.
Oh.
What?
How dare... Get out of here!
It's like a star.
Oh my stars.
Too far.
Oh, that crossed the line.
It was really between two movies. It was either A Very Harold and Kumar 3D Christmas or Harold and Kumar and the Legend of Eazy-E's Stash. Those were the two finalists that the studio had, believe it or not.
Is that real?
That
That's
is
true?
real.
Like National Treasure, like an adventure movie?
That's exactly what it was. Right before Eazy-E died, he gave this special stash of weed to his #1 hoe, and she buried it somewhere. And there was a National Treasure-esque sort of journey through hip-hop lyrics and album covers and stuff like that that Harold and Kumar would kind of unfold and eventually find
like the
Iliad.
Iliad.
Can we do that? Why are we not doing that one now?
Yeah, there is time.
Yeah.
Deeply regret this movie. Man.
Ultimately, you know, the fact that we're both Jews kind of like, you know, the money became the primary...
Why do you think we had like another Jew come on?
This is why I
movie
kept
now.
asking you to see your penises every day. I just wanted some verification of that.
Beautiful and circumcised.
Hayden has 2 foreskins, correct?
Listen, you
That's
know,
an 8 skin.
Mine's uncircumcised,
What
but it was
to this interview?
this is Cinemax. We're back.
Off the rails so fast.
Well, I'm just shocked that Eazy-E died. I didn't know that.
This is our Christmas tree.
Is it fake?
It's faux, actually.
Are you celebrating a real Christmas or a faux Christmas?
Real Christmas?
I think Trejo is excited. I mean, he's got a big family of his own, and I think he liked the idea of having this like terrifying face, being in like the ugliest, happiest Christmas sweater. And the second I called Cuddy, ripped that thing off and went outside topless to chain smoke cigarettes in a really white neighborhood. Terrified all those people.
I got to work out with Trejo a couple times.
Yeah,
This is a great story.
Did you
Please-
really?
Yes.
Please tell this story.
So we're in Birmingham, Michigan, and I walk into the pleasant little gym in the hotel that we're staying in. I'm like, who is this gentleman covered in prison ink, shirtless, screaming at the top of his lungs? When Danny Trejo works out, here's what he screams at himself. They're nipping at your heels, Trejo! There's young guys want to be badasses in a movie, Trejo! They're nipping at your heels! While I'm on this thing, and I'm like, oh my goodness. Hello, Mr. Trejo. Big fan. He should put out a workout video called Danny Trejo is nipping at your heels.
Hey, let's take a picture. Everybody. You take it. You people are real good with those things.
But he's terrifying because he does have the same face off screen.
It's like when you look at him, you know he's killed numerous people.
Are you accusing Danny Trejo of murder?
Yeah.
On
On
Cinemax?
Cinemax?
Right now?
I thought that was like, he was proud of that. Is that That's on the down low. Oh, sorry.
No.
That's different. That's not murder if you can't find somebody.
Oh my God! This is like that scene from A Christmas Story. How did this happen?
Oh, is it? Is it like the scene from Christmas Story? What was the discussion? Because I was presented with my penis.
Yeah, you wanted a bigger penis.
Day of.
No, you saw a video of that stretchy penis.
I was asked to weigh in on the coloring of the penis,
Not the size.
not the size.
There was a team of PAs shading those penises on like a table for days.
The guy that made Dirk Diggler's Boogie Nights gigantic penis made your smaller penis.
Is that true?
Wow.
That's true.
That one's not considered pretty big? Maybe it's the screen, but
In 3D, it's pretty big.
it's pretty big.
Hasn't the whole 3D thing jumped the shark by now?
You don't understand. It makes Avatar look avatarded. It's gonna be amazing.
Who are you looking at?
I love the egg splattering scene, man. That was really, really funny.
Bobby's a champ, man. That was a real day.
It
I
was
think Bobby got an egg to the nuts.
I asked him to build an egg Gatling gun that would shoot like boom, 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 24 eggs like this. But the guys misunderstood what I said, so they built a machine that would shoot 24 eggs out at one time.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, do it. And this thing just shot, boom.
His soft, naked body was covered in welts.
Well, it was like going paintballing.
But
3
that was
times
just
in
a
one
great
day.
use of the 3D because it went on far too long,
Yeah.
and it was just super dramatic.
We're just taking everything that Cameron forgot to do in Avatar and just, lay it in this movie.
You know, when you're writing this script and you know that it's going to be in 3D, those are the things that you start thinking about.
I don't know how you did the pervasive smoke.
Yeah, the smoke.
Yeah.
I honestly don't get it, and I get how you did a lot of stuff in the movie, but it's really trippy.
You got my baby high!
That is baby high. So that's augmented, right?
It's all CG. All that smoke that comes out of your mouth and then brought way out into the audience. So it feels like Kumar's giving you a shoddy as an audience member.
My favorite thing is just like Danny Trejo coming all over the audience. Oof. Those are the things that, you know, when you're
Nickel.
I know that Todd had, it was a late night, I remember that the Danny Trejo coming in the audience thing.
You almost didn't shoot that shot. That was the night. It was Harold's speech to his father-in-law, and it was Santa Claus in the sleigh.
Also, there was a question of whether he would do it. Everyone
we
was
didn't know if
afraid
he
to ask him because
Right.
we were like, who wants to ask Danny
no,
Trejo
you do
whether
it.
he will
No, you do
masturbate onto the screen?
No, it wasn't that. What it was originally as written, it was like, and he's going to be so happy with the tree, he's going to blow you.
That was,
And
yeah,
he
that
was
in
like,
there at
no
one point, yeah.
fucking way am I going to do that. Then we were like, well, will you at least will you jerk off on America? And he was like, yeah, that'll do. And then he saw it and he thought it was the greatest thing.
Come on, Trejo!
These young guys want to jerk off all over America!
We saw you get shot, remember?
You have to be more specific.
In that whorehouse?
In Texas.
You branded a prostitute.
Remember?
Oh, yeah.
Originally, it was supposed to be like they ran into me on set of like a Bing Crosby Christmas TV special, sweater bestie with Kelly Ripa. And the two of us had like 8 kids. And we were like super white family. And you guys were like, what the fuck, dude? You're not that guy at all. And she beat the shit out of me.
Is this the first time Kelly Ripa's hearing about this?
No, she was.
She wanted to do
She
it?
was game.
She
The
was
schedule,
game.
Scheduling issue,
the
right?
schedule didn't
They
work
were
out.
filming live with Regis and Kelly on Prince Edward Island that week. So rather than try and replace Kelly with someone else, they just sort of changed the idea, but I was on board for all of it.
Wish you a Merry Christmas.
I mean, the idea of doing a musical number in 3D with Neil was like, that's awesome. I love that. I also love the idea of doing a musical like those old Busby Berkeley 40-style movie musicals with lapels and a velvet Fred Astaire suit seemed just absurd and ridiculous.
I was also high on crack in this movie, so I got to be like extra jazz handy. At the end of the number, you see me, I'm like,
Freaking out.
What I like about his sequence in this movie was that in the first 2 movies, we only saw real Neil. This is one of the most brilliant things I've ever seen an actor do, is his public voice as Neil when he talks to the young lady, and he's got this movie star voice.
that's right.
And it's so brilliant. But that was what I loved about his cameo.
And all the music, that was your choice, and then the music just sort of supports that. You're like Dino walking around, when you're talking to the girl, it's like this 40s style, super romantic, like Mr. Nice Guy.
Real Troy McClure.
Yeah, exactly, Troy McClure. Come on backstage to my dressing room. We'll talk this out. We'll see you later.
Which is not the voice you use as public Neil Patrick Harris in real life either.
No.
Which is funny.
You honored the 3D stuff too with the Busby Berkeley. The legs that split, and then at the end you had me go.
That was awesome.
I love the idea of mixing like the classy, like that's classy and we did it really well, but then it's just it's crass. But it's like you mix them together and you have this weird situation.
Good times.
Crassy.
Is that an Asian joke?
Crassy? Yeah, I said it like an Asian. Is that not okay to do?
Take your sweater off for a massage. Just a couple girlfriends.
Okay. Get off of me! Oh, I thought you were gay.
I am gay. Gay for that.
My parents are pretty religious and they see every single thing that I do, and so I'm anxious to see. I hope that they're able to suspend disbelief. We'll see. Yeah.
I'm Jesus. Jesus Christ.
It's not awkward for us because we're Jews. So we knew it would be awkward for some of you
Our
guys.
parents just care about how well it does at the box office. That's about it.
That's actually true. My dad asked me at what point
through the weekend do we find out how it's going to do. So his concern is not any of this stuff. I think now they know what to expect. They know that it's not something that they can take all of their friends to go see.
I mean, Danny Trejo does jizz on the audience.
Wait, what? Yeah, like we might lose some folks with this.
What are you talking about?
Or gain some folks. Let's be honest.
What the F are you doing?
What?
My daughter's in there.
What? Oh, shit.
What the fuck, Kumar?
I'm sorry, I didn't see her.
So with the munchies, like, do you just say this, say the munchies line?
We hired this like baby whisperer who showed up with feathers in her hair and bell-bottom jeans. She just bribed the baby with sugar like it was a horse or something.
And you would have to sit there quietly while waiting for something to happen?
Well, we would blast Beyonce's All the Single Ladies.
Which she loved. She would dance
we
to
would
it
all
and
dance
wriggle
around. And then they'd get prizes, and then I would get kicked in the balls. They'd hand me the baby, who would go, no, 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 and kick me in the balls. I'm dying inside from the memory of making this film. It's literally the worst idea ever.
That's why we didn't direct the movie. We're like, we don't want to have to deal with that.
I remember asking you before we started, I was like, what's the plan for that? And you were both like, have fun.
I get the munchies.
Great. Now we have to stop and get some disgusting food for her so she can come down from her trip.
I was surprised when I watched the movie that the last like 12, 15 minutes were so sweet. It ends nicely, and I think it's sweet.
That's the trick to doing the movies is like, if they weren't that way, we couldn't take it as far as we do. In fact, we are able and allowed to take it further because of the sweetness of this.
I agree with you. I think that it has like a nice happy ending. I kept waiting the switch at the end and someone like takes a dump on their front step or something and that's the end of the movie.
It all goes back to Harold and Kumar. At the core, Harold and Kumar are good guys and good people. And the world around them sometimes goes to some pretty disgusting places like...
don't say it. Don't say it. Don't go there.
I can't believe no one mentioned it when you said it in the movie has a happy ending.
Should I tell the Phoenix story?
No.
Oh. I just got killed.
What is the
Phoenix
story?
You guys had a three-way in Phoenix for the fan. Can I jump in? They had a three-way in Phoenix. I'm just gonna, I'll make something up.
I mean, go ahead. The reason I say no, he's now going to tell a story that we went to great lengths to remove the video footage of, since we were thrown into this thing and didn't know it was going to happen. If you've ever wondered on radio shows if they're actually doing what they're talking about doing, that answered the question.
These DJs who were big fans, and as a tribute, sent in 5 strippers who were not wearing pants at all. Or hair.
Hairless?
They wore no pants or hair.
So they found 5 strippers with alopecia?
Yeah.
To come.
Are we talking orchestra and balcony, or are we just talking
just
everywhere?
Just the orchestra.
Just the orchestra. These weren't.
Were they just dancing around you and stuff, or?
Yeah. While we were being asked legitimate questions promoting the movie.
What were your publicists doing?
They got kicked out of the room.
Oh, wow.
And you had an orgy, right?
Yeah.
Nothing like a 9 a.m. Phoenix orgy. I mean, literally, you haven't lived. Ugh.